Hey everybody, you saw my review of Focus, so what came out the same week as Focus? Yeah, that's right, The Lazarus Effect. What's The Lazarus Effect? Well, it's the new horror movie, so yeah, a horror movie in the beginning of the year. It's usually not a good sign, and yeah, it's not at all, but okay. The Lazarus Effect is about a group of researchers who try to bring back the dead. Yeah, not physically possible, but this movie tells you otherwise. And the characters in this movie, they're a bunch of scientists in a university, and they do trial runs on animals, and then when the trial succeeds, something terribly goes wrong. Yes, their experiments start working, and then shit hits the fan. I don't need to go into details, because honestly, if you've seen the trailers, you've basically seen this movie. You know what's going to happen. You know how this movie's going to start. You know how this movie's going to end. This movie is just basic, generic horror movie garbage. Yes, if you're shocked that the Lazarus Effect sucks, well, you should know more about movies, because this movie is fucking terrible. The Lazarus Effect is garbage. It's a shitty-ass horror film. I sat through this movie after Focus, and I'm like, oh, I saw Focus. That was entertaining. I didn't know if I'd like it, but I ended up liking it. Maybe the Lazarus Effect will shock me. Maybe I'll actually end up liking it. I didn't. This movie was, it was horrible. It was terrible. Yeah, and it actually starts Mark Duplass, Ray Wise, Donald Glover, and Evan Peters, and they're all, yeah, they're all decent in this movie. Mark Duplass is good in the film. Olivia Wilde isn't, but that's not a shock, as you saw my other hottest women video. Yeah, I don't think she's a good actress. She's not even she's only looking to me too. I'm glad to see Donald Glover playing some movies, and actually he's the best in this movie. Donald Glover is okay, and Evan Peters is decent, but yeah, everyone else, they're just badly written characters. The actors in this movie are trying really hard, but the characters they're playing are terrible. The writing for this movie is shit. It's a badly written horror movie, and it's a badly executed horror movie too. It's predictable, it's got cheap scares. Again, some people said the idea of this movie sounded cool. I didn't think the idea sounded cool at all. I thought it sounded really stupid, but whatever, this movie actually tries to be smart, but it's a pseudo-intellectual film. Yeah, I wouldn't even call it pseudo-intellectual, I would just call it just plain stupid. This movie is very stupid. Again, some of the performances, I guess, they're okay, except for Olivia Wilde, but yeah, but like I said, the characters are just so bad, they're badly written. Yeah, this movie is directed by David Gelb, and if anyone knows who he is, good, I don't, and I don't want to know anything about him after this movie, because he directed this movie poorly. This is a very badly directed film. The shots were terrible, the execution was bad, the structure was off, and it was just all over the place. This movie was a mess. This movie, was not interesting either. This movie had no point to it, and again, it was just cheap scares. I'm not into cheap scares. Give me real scares. Like, I was so excited when I actually saw The Conjuring. That was actually a good movie. It wasn't like gory or anything. This movie isn't gory either. It tries to be like Conjuring in this way. It tries to like rely on scares, but it's not scary. I want to watch a horror movie. I kind of want to be a little scared. I've never once been scared of a horror movie because I know they're movies, but still try to scare me. Try to scare the audience. But yeah, this movie just fails in every way. This movie is not scary. This movie is not even remotely entertaining. Like I said, again, the actors are okay, but the characters are shitty. The actors are okay, but the writing is shit. The characters are all one note. The direction is very, very poorly done. The story is stupid. The ideas in this movie are stupid. This movie isn't very long, thank God, so it didn't feel like I was watching this movie for very long. Right when it was over, I just ran out of the fucking theater. This movie is garbage. Don't ever see this movie. This is not like 50 Shades of Grey bad. I was more infuriated with this movie. That movie, sorry. And, yeah, I wasn't infuriated with this movie, but I was a little annoyed, and I couldn't stand this movie. Scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 3 out of 10. Don't see this movie. Don't see this movie. Actually, you watch the trailer, then you've seen this movie. So, yeah, skip this movie. Yeah, so if you want to see this movie, go ahead if you want, but I fully, strongly recommend that you don't. This movie sucks. Go see something better. Focus was a way better movie than this, so yeah. So yeah, a lot of horror movies these days suck, but we all know the classics are awesome. So in the comment section below, tell me what is your favorite horror movie. If it's a newer one, that's fine, but yeah, give me a lot of classics. What is your favorite horror movie of all time? Comment below, let me know. I love The Exorcist, but the old school John Carpenter Halloween is like my favorite. Nightmare on Elm Street is like number 2, but I love John Carpenter's Halloween, the first one. Awesome movie. And please, if you like this channel, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.